Interesting there. Before we forget, we got to do underdog picks for this Saturday. So we'll get to those ones. There are a few more questions here. So we got Rob Font and Cody Garbrandt this Saturday. My underdog pick on this card is going to be Yancy Medeiros. He's coming back. He hasn't fought in a very long time, not since February of 2020, where he lost to Lando Venata. This is the last fight on his contract, John. So a lot of urgency there to go out there and get the win here. I like the fact he stayed in Hawaii for this camp. He's working with Max Holloway. It seems like he's, you even just talked to him. I know you spoke to him as well. You can just see a different Yancy Medeiros there, a more controlled, more focused Yancy Medeiros. I know Damir Hazovic is a very good fighter. I think Yancy, if it stays on the feet, I think he can outstrike him. So I'm going Yancy Medeiros for the upset as my underdog pick this week. Who do you like, and what do you think of my pick?
I like your pick, but I'm picking the opposite on my official picks, and I'm going to go with Damir. But my underdog pick will be Ricardo Ramos versus Bill Algeo. Yeah. How do you say it? Algeo?
Algeo, yeah.
Right? I think Ramos, man, I think he's going to come back and bounce back off that last loss. He's still a young guy. He's still developing, and he's actually trained stateside this time, which
Alpha
is a
Male,
huge difference. Yeah, I think whenever he trains stateside at Alpha Male or wherever, he performs much better. It's just when he trains in Brazil, he's just so limited with training partners. And when you go to Alpha Male, it's just like the Walmart of gyms, right? It's just you could go there and get anything you need. So I think, Ramos is going to go in there and take care of business as the underdog in this one.
By the way, I'm just realizing right now, if you put Dominic Cruz and Corey Sandhagen together, you'd get Bill Algeo. Kind of looks like a hybrid of both. Anyway, don't you think a little bit? Anyways, no, I like Algeo on that fight. Ramos is just a hit or miss guy. Like, losing badly to Lerone Murphy, got knocked out at bantamweight as well. Like, there's definitely potential there. I just don't. To me, it's just too much of a wild card right now. Algeo's a tough guy. We saw him go toe to toe with Brendan Loughnane on Contender Series. I think he can survive whatever Ramos brings to the table here, and I think he picks up a decision, but we'll see. I mean, that is one I was kind of looking at as well in terms of an underdog pick.
Another one is Claudio Silva. He's an underdog against.
Yeah, I saw that too. Court McGee. Court McGee, though, is one of those guys that can really kind of overwhelm you a little bit.
Just win, basically.
It's
sort of memorable. But Claudio Silva, he's a killer, man. If he goes out there and puts it together, that dude will go in there and dice you up real quick. So I think this is a decent underdog pick. But Court McGee is a little bit more proven. But that's another guy, like, is age going to catch up to him too? You know what I mean? Like,
it has already. I mean, he just lost to Condit, right, in his last fight. So
exactly, and Condit is a shell of himself right now too. So,
do you want to put up Bellator too? Or go through our picks. So, by the way, we're picking Rob Font. Both of us are picking Rob Font, right, in the main event on Saturday. We agreed on that. I'm trying to remember last week.
Let me see. Yes, I picked Rob Font.
Okay, so anyways, we're good on there. Do you want to go to Bellator, Mike, and we'll just do some quick picks on this as we're wrapping up the show. Maybe we'll get to a question or two if we have the Bellator up there. Okay, so obviously we're all picking Cyborg here. This is an interesting one in the co-main event. I don't think Darion Caldwell should be a -350 favorite against Higo. Higo's very good. We saw Higo beat a wrestler not that long ago in Sean Bunch. I think Higo's a live dog in this fight. Am I going to pick him? No, I'll pick Caldwell. I did pick Caldwell on the app, but I think Higo there's some value there. Being plus, he's plus 565. Actually, he's even a bigger thing on here. I see. He's plus 565. He should not be that much of an underdog. This guy trains with the Pipple brothers. He's very legit. Higo is very, very, very good. So yeah, that's one I would be looking at if you guys are looking to bet the fight. What's another one I'm looking at?
Another one is Saeed Awad.
Saeed Awad against Nate Andrews. Yeah, Nate Andrews should not be as high as he is either. Nate Andrews he's a solid guy, but he's not really does anything special. But I think the thing with Awad is he's so old. I'm trying to remember how old he is. I want to say he's like 37 or something. So he's getting up there in age a little bit as well.
Is Grant Neal related to
Jeff Neal? No.
No. Okay.
Not that I know. I'm almost positive about that. Also, Valerie Loretta being -600. Like, I interviewed Hannah Guy. She's not very experienced, but that's just crazy to me that you're going to bet -600 on Valerie Loretta. It seems a little much. Here's another one I would be keeping an eye on as well, too, in terms of looking at dogs on this card. I think Austin Vanderford probably beats Fabian Edwards, but Fabian Edwards had a very close fight against Costello Vanstinas to the point of where I think some people felt like he beat him. Vanderford's been great, but the level of competition hasn't been there. Fabian Edwards, very legit. I think he's another guy that I would be looking at. Actually, it's only plus 195 here, but I would be looking at him as maybe a potential underdog there as well. I got the win over Mike Shipman. That was a good win too. I would be keeping an eye on him as a potential dog against Austin Vanderford, because again, people just look at Vanderford, they're like, oh yeah, it's Paige Van Zandt's husband, and he trains an American Top Team, he must be good. But I don't know. I think Fabian Edwards, it's going to be a very close fight as well. Also, really looking forward to the Leah McCourt and Janae Harding fight. I didn't have a chance to talk to Janae this fight, but she's pretty good. And I guess you didn't get to talk to Danny Sabatello. He's fired up, man. He's got this 4-fight deal with Bellator. He's fighting Brett Johns now. He's like, I'm going to knock this guy's head off, like very confident. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited just because after interviewing Sabatello, I'm very interested to see how he does in his Bellator debut. Got a 4-fight contract, which you don't see too often from Bellator. Usually they'll sign a guy on short notice. Hey, if you win this, we'll re-sign you. That's not what happened there. He looked pretty legit there. So there we go. That's our thoughts on Bellator. Might as well get back full screen on here. So there you go. Just another reminder. Sorry if you guys had questions. We didn't get to them. We'll be back next week. We do the show every week, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And if you guys missed it on Twitter, we just extended our contract with Fantasy Fanatics. We're going to be here for a lot longer, I should say. Super happy about working with the guys over here. Again, download the app, Fantasy Fanatics MMA app. They've got it on Google Play. They got it on your iPhone as well, the iTunes store, whatever. So you can find all that there. Make your picks. We put our picks in there too. You can go head-to-head with us. You can talk some smack. We're all about that. That's totally cool with us. Also, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Before we go, John, anything you got?